Hi, I'm Cam, and this is Java Fern, and this is what we're going to be talking about today. Here in New Zealand we get three main varieties of Java Fern and a couple of extra ones. One of the main ones is broadleaf Java Fern, which is what we're going to be talking mainly about today. We also get needleleaf Java Fern, which is a very nice plant, and we also get winterlove. Following that, we can also get a Philippine variety and a Trident variety, but they're a bit harder to get hold of here. Java Fern is a slow-growing epiphyte from Southeast Asia. It grows via rhizomes, which you can see right there. Leaf size gets to around about 30 centimeters, so it gets big without it being ginormous. It doesn't require any CO2, and its lighting requirements are either very low to medium. You can even grow it under roof lighting with no lights whatsoever. Temperature wise, you can grow it in a completely unheated aquarium or up to 27, 28, 29 degrees with no issues whatsoever at all. Fertilizer requirements, it needs a little bit of liquid fertilizer from time to time. It does not need a lot of work. It's a very, very easy growing, no maintenance aquarium plant. However, it is very slow growing, which can cause a few issues with it. Because it's slow growing, it can be prone to a little bit of algae. Also, if it doesn't quite get the requirements that it wants, as you can see here, it can begin to burn and go brown. But there are some of the very few downsides to Java Fern. Overall, it's a very easy plant and a very hardy plant. It's a sporangium, which means it reproduces via spores on the underside. Little black dots along here, as you can see here, producing new plants. Often people think this is a problem with the plant. In actual fact, it's just producing new plants. Or it can be reproduced by cutting the rhizome, just like so, and now you have a new plant. Because it is an epiphyte, it either grows on stuff, like decor, like your coconut huts, pieces of wood or rocks, or you can put it on top of your substrate, making sure not to bury the rhizome. If you bury the rhizome, it's going to rot on you and it's not going to succeed at all. New leaves on the plants come in a lighter lime colour. You can't quite see it on the camera, but the older leaves are a darker colour than the new lime colour. And I can tell you something for free, Truly Loaches absolutely love the needleleaf variety, although they do pretty well in the broadleaf as well. As we can see here, some Java Ferns do get a little bit deteriorated. The outsides of it getting a little crispy and a few holes in it. This is believed to be a lack of either potassium, potentially too much light, or just an old plant. It's easy enough just to cut the leaves off and move on. Here we have another Java Fern underwater attached to a coconut hut, doing fairly well. These are the exact same water conditions as the other one, but it's not showing any symptoms or any signs of that rot back that was happening with the other one. And a lovely bit of a narrow leaf Java Fern, as we were looking at before. You can see a little bit of deterioration going on in the middle. I will just pluck them off and move on and allow the rest of the healthy plant to continue growing. Needleleaf Java Fern, you can kind of twinkle your fingers through it, get a little bit of debris out of it. Seems to encourage its growth. That's anecdotal. I don't know if it's true or not. It just feels like it does encourage its growth. And here we have a piece of Java Fern that has been grown immersed. One that was under a little bit too much light, as you can see with the blackened leaf there. It is converting very, very easily to submersed growth underwater. There is very little complication when it comes to converting a Java Fern from immersed to submersed. Java Fern can be grown immersed, as you can see here. Immersed means out of water. But don't give it too much light like I have, or you'll blacken and destroy all the leaves. It grows very well this way. Like I said, just don't give it too much light. Traditionally it grows in quite boggy areas in the world, so it does enjoy this as long as the rhizome isn't too buried and the roots stay wet. You should be okay growing it this way, unlike me. Java Fern is a spectacular plant. It's really easy to grow for people who have been in the hobby for a long time, or for people who are just new into the hobby. I think everyone should give it a go. If you've got a planted aquarium, it's even hard enough to stand up to some African cichlids. It doesn't have a lot of predators. Green serums might chew them, waru might chew them, but as a general rule, most fish don't really touch it, so it can be very adaptable into a lot of aquariums. So if you haven't given Java Fern a go, I'd strongly encourage you to do so.